All right. Thanks, Ross. All right. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. Just getting back going with our guys today, with everybody having the day off yesterday. Proud of our team for a good gritty win. Thought we played really, really well defensively for 4 quarters, and I thought we played really well offensively for 2 quarters. Just in special teams, obviously the 2 punts that we didn't field, and then the fumble really created some just terrible field position issues. But again, a gritty win. Proud of the guys for finding a way to win, and a lot of good things. I think offensively, again, tell the 2 halves. Just sloppy in the first half with just one guy here, one guy there, but really proud of how we finished the game. Almost 5 yards a carry, 207 rush, and really took it over in the second half in the run game. No sacks. We only had 7 negative yards, 8 of 17 on 3rd and 4th down, and that's with, I think we had 3 drops on 3rd down that were conversion opportunities. And then I loved how we were able to finish the game with they had 3 timeouts. That's a critical situation right there. With 3 timeouts, if you don't get the first, you only take 15 seconds off. So I was proud of the guys for being able to finish. Again, just disappointed with a little sloppy start, and just obviously the big turnover and fumble exchange there. That was frustrating. Defensively, again, just a tremendous job. 239 total, and 4 sacks, and the guys, we created a turnover. The difference in the game was offensively, we had 3 trips to the red zone, not counting us taking a knee at the end, but we had 3 trips to the red zone and scored 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And then defensively, they got in the red zone 5 times and only got 1 touchdown, and they got no points off a turnover. So that's how we were able to overcome losing the turnover margin and some of the penalties and the poor field position. So I'm proud of the guys for that. And again, just, finding a way to win there. So a lot of good things, certainly a lot of things that we can do better. I think the open date is definitely at a good time. We got good momentum. This is an opportunity to get ourselves healthy. And this is probably, hopefully by the time we get to the Miami game, this will be as healthy as we've been in a long time at this stage of the season. We obviously got 2 starters out for the year, and Cole Turner and Walker Park. So, but they've pretty much been out, since the first game. So everybody else that's been banged up or whatever, and guys that's got a lot of things going on after 6 games and a whole camp to go with it. Hopefully we will have everybody all hands on deck as we get back in it, after these couple of weeks. So it's coming at a good time, and again, a lot to improve upon and build on, and hopefully we can have a great couple of weeks of practice and put a good plan together, get a little head start on Miami as well, and again work on Clemson too, and just keep improving and building some momentum as we go throughout our season.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor from CUTigers.com. Do you have an update on Sheridan?
He's better today. We're still waiting on some blood work and tests and stuff, but he was better today with the symptoms that he was dealing with.
Okay, and Tank, did he have his minor surgery? And if so, is it?
We're going to do that this week. I think we're going to do it on Thursday, so that'll pretty much shut him down for the season. But I wish we'd have been able to get him some more playing time, but I'm glad he was able to really get some experience and practicing and, getting the reps that he got in our practice the last couple of weeks. Again, we're super excited about him, but we're going to go ahead and do it. And, like I said, that'll take him out for the year and have him ready to go, when January rolls around and we get in the off-season program and not miss anything. So
Appreciate
he can go compete. Yep.
Yeah, but this is Chop with the State. Sure you saw the Miami Georgia Tech game on Saturday, and the clock management in that one. I was just wondering, how have y'all tackled that since you've been coaching, and who on staff does that, and how important is that to success in your opinion, clock management?
Well, I mean, I think it's really important I do it. I've got a chart. We've also got, one up in the box, but I keep it on me. And that's always been something that I've not just the milk the clock side of it from an offensive standpoint, but also defensively in trying to get the ball back, and just, that situation as well. Something we work on a lot. We practice a lot in our 2-minute drill and our milk the clock drill, year round. So it's definitely important. No doubt about that.
Dabo, it's Christina Long from the Greenville News. Just what do you feel like you've gotten from Jake Brenningstool and Sage Ennis so far, and what do you feel like you need to see from them in your next 6 games?
Well, Sage has been very consistent in our run game. He's one of the more physical guys we have, very dependable, smart. He hasn't had as much opportunity in the pass game yet, but just pleased with him. And then Jake, I think he had 5 catches the other night and had one big miss on the 3rd and 2. Hate we didn't have that one, but he's done a nice job. I mean, Jake has become a complete player. He's become a very physical guy. I think he had 4 key blocks in the game as well. So, just proud of both of those guys and what they've been able to do at this point, but definitely still, room for improvement. There's some, a couple of layups here or there that we need to make, and just really being, detailed and precise in what we do, play in and play out. But both of those guys have done a good job for us.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor again. Just 4 sacks in the first 3 games, 9 sacks in the last 2. Is that the product of the quarterbacks who play early being that elusive, or do you think your pass rush has improved in recent weeks?
I think, all the above. Certainly the first game, I mean, the ball was out really, really quick. And then he was a really good runner and it's the first game, so you're kind of, getting yourself, back, into the thick of things. But they've done a nice job, man. I'm really, really proud of them, creating pressure, getting some push. We've had different guys, that have been able to get there. I think Woodaz had 2 of the sacks, which was good to see that. Roop now back-to-back games with the sacks. I'm proud of that. So I think it's a combination of everything, but we're just getting better. We're getting better. We've gotten better on the back end with our coverage. That also is a part of it. Quarterback having to hold the ball a little bit longer than maybe he wants to. I think that's been some of it. And then just guys just getting better up front and executing our scheme and our stunts and blitzes and pressures.
Dabo, at a right guard, you said Saturday you wanted to review the film a bit more. What'd you see on tape from Mitchell and any other guys who got in at that position?
Well, Mitchell had a big miss on the first 3rd and 2. You got a double team with your right tackle and right guard, and the effort was great. They blew the double team up, but Mitchell's got to come off on the backside backer, and it's a walk. So I mean, that was probably his biggest mistake, and right there. And I mean, that's a routine thing. Again, they blew the guy up, but Mitchell has to come off on the backside backer. That's his assignment. So that was a miss, but he didn't get as many plays. Probably should have got him back in there and got some more reps. But it was good to see Harris. I thought he wasn't, he responded and did a lot of good things. He had 1 miss on a twist on a 4-man deal, a 3-man twist, 4-man front, and a 3-man twist that he didn't get traded off. The quarterback had to kind of get rid of the ball quick, but I thought he played well. He's physical. He understands the game. He's a smart kid and going to be a good player for us. So it's good to see him get a lot of opportunity as well.
Anybody else for Coach?
Hey, Coach Trevor again. I was just curious who the players of the game were, if you could share that.
Players of the game, we had Putnam and Shipley and Maffa were our offensive players of the game. Special teams were Aiden Swanson. Man, he has been really, really good for us. And then Hamp Green coming up with the onside there. That was a big play right there. And then over on the defensive side, it was Mickens and was our player of the game. And it was it was Mickens and hang on, I just had it. Hang on, I'll tell you. Put it over here. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what mine went blank. It's over on my sheet. We had Mickens and then Toriano were our two defensive players of the game. And Toriano was a huge bright spot in the game. Obviously, again, didn't know he was going to have to start until we got to the locker room. So I was really proud of him for how he played and competed. Played really clean, played physical, and played with some confidence. So it was good to see that.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Hey, Coach, it's David Hood. You always do something during the open date for community service. Kind of what do you have planned for the guys? And then what is your extended schedule for this week? I think they said today, practice today, Wednesday, Thursday. But what's the rest of the week look like?
Yeah, just be a normal open date for us as far as how we go about our business. We've done for years. We'll practice today, meetings, practice tomorrow. We'll have a meeting, and then we'll do community service. And tomorrow we're partner with the Call Me Mr. program, and which is part of here at Clemson. And we'll have a bunch of kids coming. We call it Kids Kicks and Cleats. Have a bunch of kids coming for about 3 hours to spend the afternoon with our team, and they'll tour and eat and all that stuff, and then they'll all leave here with a brand new pair of tennis shoes. And these are kids coming from a bunch of different elementary schools, all throughout the upstate. And again, it's all partnered with the Call Me Mr. program here, so it's something that we do every year, and it's always a fun day and opportunity to really mentor and elevate a lot of these kids. So that'll be fun. Then just a normal Wednesday. Wednesday will be a physical day, and kind of normal practice and meetings, etc. Same thing on Thursday. It's kind of a normal practice day, and then the guys will be off Friday, Saturday, and then check back in on Sunday and get back to a normal week. So a lot of work to do, and a great opportunity for us to self-evaluate, a lot of self-scout and crossover study this week. Obviously getting a head start on Miami as well. And then just, evaluating our team and getting some guys some opportunity that maybe hadn't had as much this week, and then getting some guys healthy.
Hey, Dabo, it's Pete at AP. What do you want to see Cade, the offense, kind of concentrate on during this bye week to get themselves really prepped for the second half of the season?
Yeah, well, we had 3 really good games in a row at Florida Atlantic, at Florida State, and Syracuse, as far as just really doing a lot of great things outside of obviously the turnovers. The main thing, and then this game, again, tale of 2 halves. But just we got to get 11 guys consistently doing what we need them to do, and so we just got to be a little more precise, a little more precision with our execution and consistency in that. Obviously, we've got to find a way to eliminate we've had 2 massive turnovers on ball handling. One cost us big time. The other one, it cost us a possession, but fortunately our defense didn't give up the points. So we've got to clean that up, and then just continue to grow our personnel and then just play like we played these last 3 games in the past 3 games, and then these 2 quarters of this last game. I mean, I think we've done a lot. We've outgained every single opponent we've played, but we've done a really good job on 3rd down all year. I was proud of the fact that we had 3 trips to the red zone and we got 2 touchdowns. Wish we'd had all 3, but that's an area we needed to get better. But the main thing is just having a little bit more precision in our details and some consistency, play in and play out.
Wanted to ask about the kicking game too. Halfway through, Jonathan, I guess, has added a level of maturity to the game. How is Robert kind of answered the challenge to him, and is he progressing where we may see more of him down the stretch as well?
Well, he hasn't answered the challenge because he hasn't kicked in over 2 weeks. So he hasn't kicked in practice. I think this is going to be the first. I think they're going to let him kick this week for the first time on a very limited pitch count. He's literally for the last couple of weeks just shown up on game day and kicked off. That's it. So he hasn't had a chance to get back out and compete for the job. And we certainly are looking forward to that. I mean, this kid is super, super talented. And he just, again, needed a little bit of a reset. And Jonathan has definitely brought some maturity and a little bit of confidence to that point. And, I think that's ultimately going to be good for Robert. But he's eager, I know, I think he's about got most of the soreness out of his leg. He's eager to get back out there and start competing. And we'll see how it goes. But definitely, glad we got Jonathan for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, Deb.
Yeah, but in terms
Coach Lawton Swan, just asking you about Cade Klubnik. I mean, would you like to see him more involved in the run game and design quarterback runs? Or do you feel like with the way you guys are tracking it right now, that's an aspect of the game that, is doing pretty well?
Well, I think it's a combination of both of those things. I think we can certainly he had some design runs. We had the touchdown. That's a design run. He had a couple of quarterback counters the other day. He had a couple of draws that are design run. And then he had a couple other plays that he has the ability to run it or throw it. And I think he had 3 of those and he threw it, but based on what he's seeing with the defense. So he's got a lot of things that are built in that y'all are watching it. You don't really know that. But definitely his legs are a factor and certainly not something that we don't want to take advantage of. I mean, he created some problems on scrambles, but definitely equipping him with the opportunity to run if he needs to is a not a negative for us. It's a plus.
Yeah, but I think y'all are 4 of 10 as a team on field goals this year. How much of it all does offensive thinking change when the numbers are like that 6 games in terms of maybe going for more 4th downs? How do you kind of evaluate that stuff?
Yeah, well, early on, it made a huge deal for me because I was afraid he was going to get blocked because we're kicking the ball so low. We got into the funk, obviously, at Duke, and it kind of carried over and just so I didn't have a lot of confidence. That put us in a bind right there, and then but it definitely factors in, but hopefully we can kind of create a little bit of consistency. I guess we've made 2 out of our last 3, and the one we missed was a 51-yarder, and we hit it good, so and the reason I kicked him is I mean he's shown in practice that he's got the leg and he's got the confidence, but just missed it a little bit left. But he's hit 2 out of his last 3, and hopefully we can kind of keep trending in that direction. And but it's definitely a factor when you're not 100% confident. When you got a guy like BT, that hey, you pretty much got automatic points. You're maybe not quite as aggressive, but when you're struggling in that area, most coaches probably going to be a little bit more aggressive.
Hey, Coach, just circling back to something that you said there about Robert. We didn't know if he had been hurt or not. You said you showed up on game day and kicked and was getting over the soreness. So I guess he had a little bit of an issue. And was that maybe part of the problem with the misses? Yeah,
I said that to the media the other day. You might not have been on, but I think it was after the game or whatever. Somebody asked me, but he's had a quad strain for the last 2.5 weeks. So he literally has not kicked a single field goal. He's literally just shown up and kicked off. And so that was, I guess it was going into the Florida State game. He didn't kick, and then he didn't kick all of Syracuse or this past week. So this is going to be the first week that they're going to let him kick some field goals again. And so they've just been trying to nurse him through the week and get him ready for game day to where he could kick off. And obviously he's a weapon with that, but he's been battling some soreness there and some swelling. But I think he's trending in a good direction, and hopefully he can get back out there and start competing again.
Anybody else for Coach?
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.